I got interested because I started doing research on our food system and how terrible it is and how our soil health and our earth is dying. And yeah, I got really passionate about it, so I came here.
I was woofing, and I started off woofing basically just so that I could travel around and have new experiences. And then I fell in love with farming just by being around people who are homesteading and living sustainably, and just being with the land, being out in nature and doing purposeful work is the most fulfilling for me.
Regenerative agriculture has been such a big emphasis for me and my life path because it focuses on layers of life, it focuses on ecology, it focuses on relationships and interrelationships, and it connects people to community through food. And that's where I'm at with it. And that's something I feel like is neglected in conventional agriculture, is like it's a one-cut, one-stop monoculture kind of approach. But regenerative, it focuses on all layers, all aspects of the agriculture process. The bees, the soil bacteria, the molecules that all hold this beautiful life together. That's what it's about, is enhancing the biodiversity that's related to the food that we eat. It's more so about enhancing the life behind the food and not just the food itself.
It's connecting to yourself and the land and other people in a way that benefits everybody.
It just gives me life to be like working with the plants all day. I like don't even get tired.
It's meaningful to have good food, because if people have good food, then they can do everything else good. Like, food is the foundation of all of our lives, and if we don't have good food, and it's like there's a missing piece, and then we don't have the strength to do what we need to do, and there's a lot of stuff in the world that needs done, and food is the foundation of that.
Being outside, being in the sunshine, working with the plants, and learning about everything around you, the plants and all the food you're eating is just like so intimate once you realize what you're putting in your body and you know where it comes from.
Just really happy. I'm just happy all the time. It just feels like if I'm working with the land, working with the plants, it's just such joy. So that's how it impacts me. And I know that I'm doing purposeful, fulfilling work. I'm doing, there's a goal. We all have a collective goal that we're, harvesting for people so that they can eat locally, so that they can eat nutrient-dense food. That's really important to me.
You can stick a plant in the ground, but what are all the things related to that process of putting a plant in the ground? You've got to think about the time that it takes to grow. You've got to think about, when you're going to harvest it and how much you're going to, charge for it. And this whole interrelationship process that's related to time and space when you're farming. There's a lot to think about practically as well as creatively. There's a lot of creative aspects involved in farming. And so that's how I feel like it's really impacted me, is it's grounded my creativity in a practical way.
It's really important for people to be aware of the food system, what's going into our body, and aware of how we make an impact on our earth.
It's important for everyone our age to be really thinking about how do we want to shape our future, what choices do we want to make for the way that we're living, and eating life-filling food, life-supporting food that has the most nourishment, the most nutrients, that is actually grown from the natural processes that nature intended. That's what we support here at the farm. We just support nature's own intelligence, and that's what we are striving to teach to everyone so that we can eat for the next 50 years. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what's going to happen, Also, having, just focusing on our health, it's a human's nature to be healthy. It's unnatural to be sick all the time and to be diseased all the time. And I think that the science community, the scientific paradigm right now, it's hasn't caught up with the fact that nutrition is the source of all health. I don't know, it sounds so silly to say that, but it's true that it's the nutrient-dense food is the source of our health. And so that this needs to be made more of a priority so that we can keep living and live our fullest potential and live a happy life and live healthy for the rest of our life.
Especially the confidence of the students has been something I really notice when students come through the ROA program. Is like they aren't sure when they start, but after they get the ropes, they start to get the process and understand what it means to work practically with the earth. There's more confidence that's instilled through that process of literally applying yourself in the field.
Regenerative farming is going back to how our ancestors used to do farming. Instead of new ways, it's going back to the old ways and connecting with our ancestors and connecting with the plants and the earth around you, who's our mother. So I think that's really important for everybody's spiritual health. So.